It's a new year and it's a new me. I'm just kidding. It's the same me with the same lack of willpower when it comes to book buying. So, you guessed it, it's time for a haul. So today's haul is actually pretty reasonable. Kind of, maybe I'd say. Do you trust me though? Most of these books are new releases of January, so that's kind of how I justify it. But yeah, I have 10 books here to show you guys today, so let's just get into it. So we're kicking things off with the Booksplosion Book of the Month pick for January, which is Before I Let Go by Marika Nijkamp. If you aren't familiar with Booksplosion, it's basically this online book club that I run with Christine of Poland Bananas Books and Jessie of Jessie the Reader. Each month we host a read-along for a book. We all read it together. We have a live show discussion at the end. It's a lot of fun. I'll put all the info about the book club down below if you'll want to join in. This month we're working with Source Books and we're reading this right here, Before I Let Go by Marika Nijkamp. It is a standalone YA thriller. It takes place in Alaska and we follow these two girls who are best friends, or maybe more than just friends. One of them ends up moving away from this small Alaska town, and of course they stay in touch, they make plans to visit, but days before this trip finally happens, the girl who stayed in Alaska ends up dying. Our main character still goes on this trip back to Alaska. Even though her friend is dead, she is determined to piece everything together and figure out like what really happened. So yeah, this definitely sounds like a thrilling, mysterious read, and I'm super excited to get to it. If you're interested in joining us for this read-along, then all the details you need are down below in the description. The next book I have here is Rain the Earth by A.C. Gaughan. And this is actually the Booksplosion Book of the Month pick for February. We're working with Bloomsbury on this one, and the book is actually not yet out. It comes out at the very end of January, but I wanted to talk about it now, so it's like on your radar, you know what's coming. This is book one in a new young adult fantasy series. In this world, there's this devastating war that has been going on for years, and our main character ends up kind of entering into an arranged marriage / peace treaty agreement with this other kingdom. But this new kingdom is so different from everything she's ever known, particularly because magic is so forbidden. The Elemente, as they're known, can control fire, earth, water, or air, and they are completely outlawed. It's illegal. But before she's even crowned the new queen of this kingdom, she discovers that she actually is an Elemente. She has the ability to bend the earth to her will. And that just puts her in a really complicated situation. So yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. And it's also been compared to books by Sabaa Tahir and Sarah J. Maas, so I think I'm gonna like this one. And again, if you're interested in joining us for this read-along, then those details are in the description. The next book I have here is Unearthed by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. And I received this book as part of a paid promotion with Disney Hyperion, so huge thanks to them. This is the first book in what is going to be a sci-fi duology. Trilogies are so last year. Actually, trilogies are like a 2015 thing. Moving on. Basically, in this book, the world is kind of in danger, you know, environmental damage and all that. But things start looking up when we discover an uninhibited alien planet that is fit for human survival. We follow two main characters. First is a boy named Jules, who is a scholar, and he wants to go to this new planet to study and help. And then we have our other main character, Amelia, who is a scavenger, and she wants to get to this new planet so she can loot it before all the good stuff gets taken. They end up meeting and forming a kind of tentative partnership, even though they can't really trust each other, and I'm so into this. I'm so into this. I've read and loved books by Amy and Megan before, so I'm very excited for this one. Like, I cannot wait to jump in. The next book that I have here is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I feel like I have been waiting for this book forever. They had ARCs at BEA and I missed out on getting one, and I was so disappointed, and like I probably could have asked the publisher to send me an early copy or whatever. But I wanted to wait for the hardcover because it's beautiful. Look at this. It's real pretty. If you're new here, then you might not know that Holly Black is one of my favorite authors of all time. Like, I don't actually know much about the plot of this book. I was just immediately sold because it's about dark fairies and it's by Holly Black, so I'm in. I've seen a lot of people reading this lately and loving it, and I'm so tempted to jump in, but I also see people who have finished this book who are now real anxious about the year-long wait for book 2. So part of me wants to wait until we're closer to book 2, but a part of me just really wants these words to be absorbed into my brain. I don't know. We'll see. The next book I have here is Meet Cute, and this is an anthology. It's a collection of short stories by various authors. Here's a little close-up if you want to see the list. So if you aren't familiar with the phrase Meet Cute, then I recommend this website called TV Tropes that you probably shouldn't visit unless you have like 5 hours to waste on it, but it'll explain things to you. Or I guess I could explain things to you. It's basically how two characters who end up in a romantic relationship, how they meet. It often involves some kind of like hijinks or something unusual happening. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to this one because I think that like I personally am just going to adore it. Like I love when couples first meet. I love when the people meet. Just the start, there's so much potential and excitement. It sounds cute and fun, and I can't wait to dive into all these great stories. The next book that I have here is Beneath the Sugar Sky by Seanan McGuire. This is the third book in the Wayward Children series, which is not like a direct series. The novels are more companion novels, but they are connected enough that I can't really get into the plot of this one without spoilers. These books are just so whimsical and creative and beautifully written, and they touch on a lot of portal fantasy tropes, and I love it. I love it. So of course I had to buy it as soon as it came out, which was like yesterday. Tuesday? What's today? I don't know. I can't wait to read this though. Hey! And the final January release that I have to show you guys today is Love, Hate, and Other Filters by Samira Ahmed. This is a contemporary coming-of-age story about a young Indian girl who is torn between what her parents want for her and what she wants for herself. Her parents want her to attend a college close to home, and they want to pair her off with a suitable Muslim boy, but she has her heart set on moving to New York and studying film, and she has a longtime crush on a boy that her parents might not exactly approve of. And then her struggles with identity and finding her place in the world are kind of compounded when there's a terrorist attack and people in her small familiar town start looking at her differently and treating her differently. So yeah, it sounds like it could be a very powerful and important book, and I'm looking forward to this one. The next book I have here was not a January release. It came out in spring of last year, I think, and it is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. So this book was a total impulse buy. Like, I hadn't heard anyone talking about it. I don't know anyone else who has read this book or who knows anything about it. Not on BookTube anyways. Like I'm in this young adult BookTube sphere. This is adult literary fiction, kind of outside my wheelhouse. But the title hooked me. I was like, Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine? Girl, I am also completely fine. Maybe we have more in common than just that. And I read the inside flap and I was like, oh, you're a socially awkward hermit. Cool, so this is a book about me. So I bought it and I started reading it, and it very quickly went from #relatable to, oh, I'm real concerned. What are you doing? What's happening? What are you doing? Yeah, it was an interesting read that I ended up enjoying more than I thought I was going to. But yeah, I'll talk talk more about this in my wrap-up, which is coming very soon, I swear. And the final 2 books I have to show you guys today are Roomies and Dating You, Hating You, both by Christina Lauren. Now, both of these books have been on my radar for a while. Like, I've heard plenty of people talking about them, raving about them, because apparently they're very funny, romantic, cute, entertaining, rom-com, chick-lit type books, and I like that kind of thing, so I was intrigued. But what convinced me to finally go out and buy these was Autobiography, which is a YA novel written by the same author duo. Last week, I started reading Autobiography kind of on a whim, and then I didn't stop until the book was done. I read it in one sitting from like midnight till 6 in the morning because I make poor decisions. So long story short, I loved Autobiography so much that I just immediately went out and bought more books by Christina Lauren because I need more. I need more. I'll probably be reading these real soon because like Autobiography was so great. It was so fun and easy to fly through and romantic and cute and funny, and I feel like I'm gonna get even more of that from these books because Autobiography was YA and these are adult, so like maybe some more steamy, sexy stuff. I'm excited. I'm real excited. Alright, there you have it. Those are all the books I had to haul, and that's gonna do it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night, and I will have another video up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye!